Why making your first $100,000 feels impossible. If reaching your first $100,000 feels nearly impossible, you're not alone. In fact, many people who have gone on to make millions or even billions say that this first milestone is the toughest. But guess what? After that, things get a whole lot easier. Why is that? Well, stick around, because today we're going to break it down and give you some tips to get over that hump a little faster. All right, so why is making the first $100,000 so hard? Well, part of it is pretty simple. In the beginning, most of the money you accumulate comes from your own hard work. You're putting in the hours, saving every penny you can, and trying to invest what's left. The thing is, this takes time, and time is something that not all of us have an abundance of when we're just starting out. According to a study from the U.S. Federal Reserve, the median savings for people under 35 is only around $3,240, and for many, that is not even close to the $100,000 goal. So it's no surprise that many believe saving their first big sum of money is kind of impossible. Another reason it feels so tough: compound interest doesn't do much for you until you've got a decent amount saved up. For example, let's say you've saved up $5,000 and you're earning a solid 10% return on your investments. That's only $500 in growth for the year. Not bad, but it's not life-changing either, right? But don't get discouraged. That's exactly where everyone starts. Even Warren Buffett didn't become a billionaire overnight. Speaking of billionaires, let's talk about someone who's been there and done that. Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's right hand and a billionaire investor, once said, "The first $100,000 is but you gotta do it. I don't care what you have to do. If it means walking everywhere and not eating anything that wasn't purchased with a coupon, you've got to get there." Now, does he really mean you need to walk everywhere and eat ramen for the next 5 years? Probably not. But the point is that the first $100,000 is tough because you're putting in all the effort. Once you hit that mark, it gets a lot easier. Okay, so we mentioned compound interest earlier, but here's why it's such a game changer. After you hit that $100,000 mark, compound interest starts working in your favor in a big way. Let's break it down with some numbers. Imagine you've hit that magic $100,000 and you're earning an average annual return of 10%. Without any effort, your money will increase by $10,000 in only a single year. Now, compare that to the $500 growth from earlier when you only had $5,000. See the difference? That's when things start to get really good. In the second year, you're now earning 10% on $110,000, which is $11,000. By the third year, you're earning $12,100, and so on. The more you have, the more your money works for you. Albert Einstein is said to have called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. He supposedly went on to say, "He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it." Whether or not Einstein actually said that, the message is clear. Compound interest can make or break your wealth-building journey. So why does it get easier after the first $100,000? Well, it all comes down to momentum. Let's use a snowball analogy. When you're first starting out, it's like trying to roll a tiny snowball uphill. You're putting in a lot of effort for very little progress. But once you get that snowball big enough and you start rolling downhill, it picks up more and more snow on its own. Pretty soon, that snowball is enormous, and it's moving so fast you can hardly keep up with it. That's what building wealth is like after the first $100,000. At that point, it's not just about how much you're saving anymore. It's about how much your money is making for you. The passive income from investments and the growth from compound interest start to really make a difference. Here's something else that might surprise you. Did you know that millionaires often aren't earning sky-high salaries? According to a survey by Ramsey Solutions, 1 in 3 millionaires never had a six-figure income in a single year. What's their secret? It's all about discipline, saving, and investing. The Federal Reserve's 2019 survey of consumer finances also revealed that most millionaires actually spend less than they earn and invest the difference consistently. So, while making $100,000 might feel impossible now, it's achievable, even without a high income. So, what can you do to get to that first $100K faster? 1. Increase your income. This might sound obvious, but it's crucial. Whether that means picking up a side hustle, asking for a raise, or finding a higher-paying job, more income means more savings and investments. 2. Cut back on expenses. Do you really need to buy lunch out every day or upgrade to the latest smartphone? Small sacrifices now can lead to big rewards later. 3. Automate your savings. This one is huge. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings or investment account every month. This way, you're building wealth without even thinking about it. 4. Start investing early. Even if you feel like you don't have much to invest, get started now. The earlier you start, the more time compound interest has to work its magic. So, there you have it. Making your first $100,000 feels impossible because you're doing all the heavy lifting yourself. But once you get there, the power of compound interest, momentum, and smart financial habits start to make things easier. The next $100,000 and eventually $1 million won't feel so out of reach. Remember that everyone has a starting point. Even the wealthiest people once had to save up their initial $100,000. Stay disciplined, and before you know it, you'll be well on your way to financial freedom. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more personal finance tips. See you in the next one. Thank you for watching.